Just gonna go. There it goes.
And we're live.
What's popping?
Hi, y'all. Ha. Oh, this is cute.
Hey, I enjoyed the little background.
Okay.
All right. For the look.
Okay, see, bitch, I'm not liking. See, what I'm not liking is why it's all fuzzy.
Oh, the quality of it.
Yes, I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that right now. So we're gonna see. I'm just gonna let y'all know that we can see y'all comments. So once you leave a comment, it's probably gonna delay it, but it's gonna pop up on here, and then we can probably like show it.
We'll still interact.
Yeah, we'll still interact with you guys, and plus, like, I got my phone, so
all this good technology around here, trust me, we'll be good.
Period.
So what's going on, y'all?
Hey, I don't know why we whispering. I don't even know why we're whispering, but I hope y'all can hear us. Can y'all hear us? I'm gonna need at least somebody of this 3 viewers to let us know y'all can hear us, because we don't know.
Y'all not gonna see me with my hair right now. I gotta get a shape up. That's not happening.
Oh, y'all see I got this hair on, honey. Giselle decided she just wanted to, because I was gonna wear a cap today.
You know what? You always ready to throw on the cap.
Cause I don't got my hair done.
Oh my God.
Now, if I had my braids or whatever, then we'll be all right. But I don't have my braids, and these good old wigs have been sufficing.
Looks good though.
Thank you. You know, let me get my compliment from you.
A lot.
A lot, but I'm loving it. We miss y'all.
I know it's been a while.
Couple of months.
I mean, as you can see, life is here.
Life has hit. It has definitely hit. I'm just trying to make sure that the shit is working. It's definitely fuzzy, best friend. Look at this.
Oh, it's really fuzzy.
It's really fuzzy. This is horrible.
Okay, so
I wonder if we publish it.
I mean, you can have the option to change the quality of it.
I'm praying. We're gonna work on this. We're gonna work on this, but we hope all you guys are doing well.
Sure.
We're gonna go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm Audrey,
and this is Trez, y'all.
And this is
Keeping It Real.
You know, we had a flutter up in there. Get the last couple of minutes. You know, I don't even talk unless we got viewers. Mm-hmm. So I'm surprised I'm even talking right now.
But you know what? It's only because it's been a minute. So despite the number right now, we just gonna keep it moving. We're gonna give them a show.
As always.
Not per usual.
You know I love you guys, but it's all right. I'm gonna snag on y'all next time. Mm-hmm. The next time we decide to go on live, which will probably be another 5 more months.
By that time you'll be able to change. Everything will be changed.
Child, no, I won't have my titties. I won't have my titties. We do another 5 months, I won't have my titties. It'd be a year. Yep, a year.
I was about to say, so it's been, yep.
Yep.
It has been a minute.
It is 6 months on the 22nd.
So how you feeling now?
Like a whole lady.
Yeah, I was about to say, tell the people how you feel. Let them know.
Oh my God, y'all. So this transition, honestly, y'all, has been breathtaking. All right, let's start there. It's been very breathtaking. I have been getting a lot of compliments that my facial features may have changed. I don't know. I honestly, I guess because I see myself every day, I don't think that they changed. Do you think they changed? I
mean, I told you that you softened up.
I softened, but yeah, I don't think as far as facial has changed much. I can see the softness a little bit. My voice ain't changing, so we can. Nip that in the butt.
We could go to like a McDonald's. We could be pulling up at a fast food restaurant or whatever, and then they automatically assume, and it's just like
that's good because I am.
Right.
Because I am.
That's what I was saying.
Like it's not really an assumption anymore now because I'm actually living it, but it's awesome for them to already know. Like, okay, ma'am, hope you're having a good day, ladies, or if I'm with my girls and stuff like that. Like I am included. I'm not like stuck out like a sore thumb. Because I know before, when I was a boy, they would assume that I was a female. And then when I pull up, they'd be like,
right. Everybody else.
So the voice gets it every time. So thankfully, I'm blessed with the voice that I have. Hallelujah. Praise God. But other than that, it's been great. The confidence level. That was my main thing. Confidence level has been tremendous.
I believe it.
Like I'm out there now. Like I can now be myself. I blend in. I am just a normal girl.
So now it's the normacy of it.
Yeah.
You're starting to feel it.
Yeah. I've been feeling myself a lot every day. I've been feeling myself. Trust you me. You guys do not understand how much of a struggle has been to get to this point. And to finally live it is been miraculous.
Well, I'm proud of you. I've always told you that even like the journey is your journey.
Yes.
What you get out of it is what you make it.
Exactly.
So, nothing but happiness and love, and as long as you remain safe, we good.
Yeah, and that's all everybody asks for is just me to be safe. And I do. I don't really go out much like that unless I'm with a group of people. And if I go somewhere, it's somewhere that I know that I'm going. If I decide to go by myself, I don't really do people. And I know it's kind of weird to hear that from me because people think that I automatically like people. I don't.
But that goes into our topic, the trauma.
The trauma.
I mean, you can get the trauma of people could be the reason why you kind of just be, kind of stand away from people, kind of put people to the side.
Or it's just a personal preference. I've grown to not like people. I love them. I just don't like them. And once we get a little deeper into the topic, which is how do you handle childhood trauma as an adult? Are you handling it the best way you can? Do you have a childhood trauma that's kind of made its way over to adulthood? And if so, how are you coping with that? So while we're, transitioning to different topics and celebrity gossip and what's been going on in the world, we would like for you guys to interact with us so we can see your comments below. And so once you guys comment, if you do have a particular childhood trauma that you would like for us to talk about, then we'll talk about that. And once you, comment, we'll show it on screen. So let's go and derail for a little bit from that. And best friend, do you have any good juicy topics or side notes you want to talk about?
I thought it was interesting. Johnson & Johnson is actually recalling their sunscreen stuff because it's whatever the chemicals are in the sunscreen is liable to cause cancer.
Just like that talcum powder.
But I never really used Johnson & Johnson like that. Like I don't just give me some Vaseline and some.
I use Johnson & Johnson baby lotion. Johnson & Johnson used to be the Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson back in the day. Oh my
God.
And so that used to be the shit. Like Johnson & Johnson was like the lotion company for I think majority of my childhood. I think we used Johnson & Johnson and then we switched over to Vaseline.
A strong scent.
Baby scent.
Yeah, I was gonna say a strong scent, and I felt like then if it has like a strong scent like that fragrant smell, I felt like it would be bad for your skin anyway.
Yeah, it was dope though. I liked it.
Speaking of hair, you remember Willow? My hair back and forth. Yeah. She's coming out with music tomorrow.
Yeah, she switched genres. She's not into R&B pop anymore. She's like rock.
But you know what?
Alternative.
Their dad is versatile with music.
Yeah.
Jaden is versatile with music. And, around the time that she did With My Hair and that whole, I think she did the album. Did she do an album?
I don't think she did an album.
Well, I know with the couple or few songs that she did, she took a hiatus from music.
Yeah, and it was so crazy because I actually watched the Red Table where they talked about that. And she was actually on tour with her dad, and she quit. She quit the whole tour. She said, I don't want to do it no more. The whole tour. She quit the whole tour. And, Will was like, you got to finish this. You committed to this. You got to finish it.
That's people's money.
Yeah, and she was like, no. She was like, she was gun-home set on not doing the rest of the tour. She was like, I did it. and that was it. And so it's kind of interesting to see her now as an adult to get back into music. But I could kind of understand, like, you being a child singer, that could be very stressful on you. And, having to commit to all these shows and long hours and, not getting enough sleep. And, all of that can really play on your body. So at a young age, so I can kind of understand. But I guess it's kind of something you sign up for.
I was about to say, you have to condition yourself for that type of thing. Yeah. Like, if you know that's the lane that you're going to be in, then this is all that comes with it. I'm pretty sure he will try to tell her that as a kid, but kids want to be kids, and sometimes you don't want to take that away from them, because kids can get lost in music and the business, and it'll be unfortunate if she had got lost in it. So hopefully with this album, we'll get a chance to see her growth, where she is now as a woman and everything else. Their family has been trending in different areas. And then last year was entanglements with Jada. She's still posting pictures with her and Tupac. Like, she's still, I don't know I can't remember what it was that was. I don't know if it was his birthday. I don't know if it was his birthday or something along those lines. But yeah, she still love that man, and he a ghost.
Yeah. It's kind of.
What you got for me? What's tea on your end?
Girl, honey, a lot. People are getting mad about Cardi and her extravagant birthday party for her daughter. Girl, yes, honey. Let me go ahead and give you the source, honey. So I love my shade room. Right? So we're gonna go ahead and pull up the shade room teaspoon. And we're going to go ahead and say what it says. So, Hazel E is accusing Cardi B of basically taking her child's themed birthday party. But I'm just like, as a kid, how could you take can you patent a thing?
My thing is, when you have a thing, yes, it's a theme that you decided to choose, but that theme has been recycled by other people
or remastered.
So it's the fact that you were reaching for a problem, and you honestly don't want no issues with Cardi, because from what I've seen of Hazel, shade, you don't want that work. Now the clapbacks and what you feel like you have to retaliate, with people. Yeah, you don't want no smoke with Cardi.
Who the fuck is Hazel E? That's a girl from Love and Hip Hop.
Yes, she's rapper. Then she was on. Her and Masika had a one-on-one talk on the Zeus Network. Because I got the Ratchet Network. I call it the Ratchet Network. I don't know. Hazel E is in a lane of her own, and I feel like certain things is just, I'm wanting attention. But yeah, she claims that she got every little thing. She got the money. You may have the money. Hell, you may even have the fans. But it just doesn't seem like you just got the love.
That is crazy. But reading through the comments, girl, she was throwing shade all up on that good old Instagram, girl, talking about the girls are fans, and this was the originality for me. Like, it's a princess themed birthday party for a girl. So how much of a princess theme can someone originally steal from you that you do not have patent or copyrights for? So it's not really stolen. If you're stealing something, you have to usually be the original owner of whatever it is, or you have a copyright patent for it. That's the only way some shit can get stolen.
I wish people would know what words to use. Like,
now I can say you copied me,
right,
or you duplicated something that I've done. That sounds a lot better. But for stealing something or an idea, unless you got the backings for it, I don't think that makes sense.
I'm trying to understand Hazel E, Cardi B. Cardi B's name holds a little bit more weight, because Hazel E, you next time.
Child, we're gonna go ahead and switch a little quickly over. We had that hip hop aura. Before we even switch over to hip hop, I want to go ahead and give a personal shout out to Nivea for doing a courageous interview with Candy And, she was able to openly speak publicly about what has happened to her. If you check, like I say, check the Shade Room, y'all can see even more details about what has happened, or actually go watch the actual interview. But she did, go in and talk about her life. And, this is speculations from me because I didn't get to get the whole insight. But if it had anything to do with any rape or any, stuff of that sort, my salute goes out to her. Anybody that has been in a molestation or rape, because I personally have experienced that. And not that too many people, well, they know now, but I mean, I really didn't talk about it, or when people try to make a pass at me as a young adult, and I didn't want it either. So I kind of, feel for her. So I'm really proud of her for, being courageous to speak her truth in that. So we're going to quickly switch over to sports tea before I get into my tea and whatever tea best friend has. So if you guys haven't noticed, a couple of weeks ago, Mr. Carl Nesbitt, if I said his name correctly, I hope I did, publicly decides to go to Twitter and come out as the first openly professional NFL player that is actually playing and has not retired. My insight on this at this point in life, Griff, is 2021. I don't think anybody cares about you being gay, bisexual, pansexual. I think it hits differently for being trans. It's a lot different, because again, people are still not even accepting of that. So I think coming out as trans hits differently. But me personally, that used to be a gay person. This sounds so weird to hear that.
I'm still
so weird to say. Used to be, but used to be the homosexual. It just doesn't sit right with me, because I'm like, so what was this for? Was
the story
this a media stunt yet again?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I, honestly, if that was the case, if you felt that brave about your sexuality, then to be an advocate for something, and maybe he's trying to stand for something. If you're gonna be an advocate for something, then that should have been the first thing. I get everybody has a coming out story, and then some people don't even know how to come out or feel the need to. But what are you benefiting from doing so? Because now, being an athlete, especially in the NFL, you have a higher stance for certain things. You represent a lot, and it's getting old that people are just all of a sudden just wanting to come out, and then now they're getting all this attention and fans and other shit, and it's just okay, well, damn, do I have to come out, let everybody know that I'm gay and all this other stuff? It's ridiculous, but congrats to you. I mean, I don't know if the LGBTQ
we don't want no more people. We don't want no more.
I was about to say
we don't want no more professional gay people. Let me tell you why. We have enough struggles as it is in our community.
I kind of feel like it takes away from
what it does.
It really does.
We still can't be ourselves because you have this one person who is, an athlete that hasn't even started. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why you're in a starter. You're on the sideline.
But see, people get the idea of, so because somebody that has a name for themselves and they come out as gay, then people use that as a default of what gay really is.
And it's not.
And it's not.
Well, one thing I can't commend him on is that he did say he don't know. He don't know nothing about the gay culture. He doesn't know anything about that. I would have waited. And this is me. I guess I would have waited to come out. If you gonna come out, then bitch, you gotta, at this point now you on a bandwagon and you gotta be an advocate for something. We don't need no more people just be okay, I'm gay.
I feel like coming out is natural.
You
kind of force the topic to kind of have a conversation. All right, well now we got these men coming out as gay in the NFL, and now it's trending. And it's just but it's been gay people in they just ain't saying nothing, and they're not going to because they've been content.
I just feel like they use us as clout, TikTok or any other social. They make a mockery of our community,
We're not a brand.
We're not. But
and if we are, we need to get paid for it.
Period.
Shoot. With my money.
But yeah, y'all want us, to support y'all. We don't. I don't. It's cute.
Where's Captain?
Where's who?
I said, where's Colin Captain?
Sure, he wet too, unfortunately. He alright.
I'm surprised that you haven't mentioned anything about MJ Rodriguez.
Being the first trans leading woman to get an Emmy nomination, bitch.
Her role in Pose. And it's crazy because, and I know this is a sidebar, Pose literally makes me feel something in every episode.
I cried.
Each episode is impactful to the point where it's just like, damn, like, do I feel like watching this? Because it's like, at moments where you weren't in your feelings, you end up in your feelings.
I cry every freaking episode.
I have not watched the season finale of it yet because I don't feel like being in my feelings.
Okay. Speaking of the season
finale, I know it's not mainly a certain thing that happens. It's a variety of things that happen in there. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's weird because how it ended sucked ass.
Really?
Yes. It really sucks. Like, I hate cliffhangers. And that's why I hate when people do season finales. Because if you're going to do a season finale, I need you to just go out with a bang. That's like How to Get Away with Murder. The shit was left on a cliffhanger. Mm-hmm. It was left on a cliffhanger because the damn dude that died, his son was him, technically. Mm-hmm. And he was the professor. And it was just too much. Like, now I want to see more. Like, what happens with the son? Does she try to figure out what happens with his dad?
They could do spin-offs. You never know.
They could, but it won't be the original. I hate doing a spin-off of the original show.
Yeah.
That's like Vampire Diaries. And then from Vampire Diaries, you had Once Upon a Time and whatever other vampire shows that came out. True Blood. That's too much. Like,
I guess we just got to accept, like, because we're used to seeing people play a certain role and how well that they do, we don't want to let them go from that show, whatever, movie, whatever. And it's just like you have to allow people to branch off. And we had to branch off from Pose because of the simple fact that, they have season finale, but what else could you possibly think they could talk about?
They could talk about a lot of stuff because right before the season finale, Blanca was about to have a whole nother family. So she had brought, she saw 2 younger kids that was homeless out on the street. She had just won, I think it was Mother of the Year again. And it was 2 episodes before the season finale of starting season 3. So whatever in season 2 happened, she had saw 2 younger kids. And she was going to bring them to, and I guess that didn't work out. So I'm just like, Blanca could have her own thing. What happens with Blanca? Did she finish nursing school? Right. Did she marry her boyfriend?
Right.
That would have been the second trans wedding.
And I finally remembered where I seen her boyfriend from in the show. It's called Hollywood.
Honey, Hollywood was every motherfucker.
That's why I was like, where did I see him before? And I know now.
Honey, Hollywood was life.
Yeah.
He was fine. That whole damn show. Every fucking part of it. Even the white boy was fine. But you can have Blanca. Then you have Angel. Then you have Poppy. Then you have...
Poppy, let me tell you something about Poppy. Poppy is the hope and the dream of a man to you and just cater to and be yo, you are the world. I look at you and you were just everything. You see what I'm saying? And when he acts, it's you believe in that.
Every word, honey.
It touched me. I'm just like, are you?
Especially when he got sad, he started to cry.
Yeah.
Poppy, no. I was like, oh my God, no.
But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm gonna cut you off.
No, you're fine. You're fine, best friend. And then you have what's the damn Electra? All of the main characters. I love her.
She's hilarious.
All of the main characters could have had their, any individual segment. But I would have wished Pray Tell would have got sorry. I can't. No, because you gotta watch it. I can't say anymore after that. But I feel as though they could have had their own show.
We will have this conversation again whenever I
actually watch the show. But speaking of the whole gay culture, I guess.
I guess, damn, don't do us like that now just because you decided to move on over.
sexuality.
Bitch, bye. The main one talking shit.
I done came over to mainstream society. You know what they said?
Get off me.
But how do you guys feel about the whole Nas kissing on the BET Awards?
Honestly, I didn't even look at the performance.
It was cute.
I watched the music.
It was just
video.
gay.
But see, I feel like he's doing it on purpose because it's just like, you know, I feel like he likes tugging on straight people's like
shoestrings, their coattails,
like,
everything.
He was like, okay, but if you don't like this, I'm gonna do this, so you won't even like it even more. But but at the same time, he's bringing like awareness to the fact that it's just like, you know, why are y'all so sensitive to what y'all feel is out of the norm, but it's normal to y'all? But how do you? Okay, I never understood this.
Speak on it.
Gay people do not look at straight people and be like, "Oh," when they kiss. Granted, that's not our speed, but it's just I'll be like, "Oh," like that's your person. I feel like because I'm gay, I'm like, you know, that's your person.
Yeah.
We have to love different. We have to love stronger. We have to look at different angles and different speeds and different things. It's just like we don't have to we had to contemplate over certain things. And compensate for other people's feelings. And this is how we develop the sense of being happy and finding more of a balance with life, because it's just like there's really no judgment. But now we still on this whole, he ain't have to kiss this person. He could have just left that out. But we don't say that when two girls kiss.
No, they glorify that.
Like it's nothing.
They glorify when Madonna kissed that little white girl when she got her award. That shit was.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just the double standard of it is what pisses me off.
It do. It's for me. I don't know, because I don't know how BET is centering their network anymore. You know, because they switched the CEO, so it's not that lady anymore. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Like, is this you know an adult channel now? Was this kid friendly? Even if it's kid friendly, I just it was. I won't say it was weird. But it was weird. It's weird to make it a contradiction because I was gay at one point. I guess because again we didn't see none of this. You know, I never saw two men kissing on TV. That was not my world. I don't see this. But now that it is potent there, and you know how children's are, they're like sponges, and it's a whole. It's a lot.
Well, I guess now it's just like the world
is changing.
The world is changing. The world was open before we made it open. In that sense, truth is, and the reality of it is here. So what were you telling your kids before they saw the little Nas X videos or whatever? It's just kind of like are you preparing your kids to
again, that goes back home, and then that's when trauma happens. Yeah. Because you see this on TV, and what if you are gay, and you're scared to tell your mother, but you see it on TV, it's weird how it's easily accessible to see straight sex on TV.
Yeah, for sure.
You see, like, I was watching American Dad, and the damn son was running around naked with the dick out. Mm-hmm. They bleeped it out, but he's running completely naked. You see ass, they be kissing, they be fucking, Family Guy, like all of this stuff, but it's really horrible when it's the same sex. Yep. And so that baffles the fuck out of me, because I was like, it's kind of funny how people get mad at this, but it's all on Cartoon Network, and
ain't nobody saying anything about that.
None of that. And that shit was happening when we was kids. I can imagine all the shit I could have done, go back now and watch. Cat Dog and...
But apparently seeing people naked is normal now. Ain't no mystery and nothing. Like, people are so willing to expose themselves for attention or whatever their followers are, fiending for at that time. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. I guess my attention is different now than what it was like back then. Because when I was a teenager, we just had MySpace, and so like all we could really do was just upload a photo, but we knew what not to upload because that's not something that we were really focused on. I wasn't worried about nobody looking at my, areas or, whatever the case. But I can't speak for most people, but, hey.
I low-key was going through people's thinking. You'll read about that in the book.
Jesus Christ.
So I guess do you want to finish off on your stuff? Or
I mean, I was just going along with the
per usual. I'm gonna go ahead and make some special announcements. The book has already been submitted to be published. So I have up to 72 hours to get a result from Amazon to see if the book is actually published. So once it's actually published, the book will be released.
So why is you talking about it as a book? What's the name of the book, Jeff?
I was getting there.
Okay, you should have said the name of the book beforehand.
Broken Through a Shattered Glass, written by, will be published within the next 72 hours. So once I get a confirmation email that the book has been accepted, I will shoot right to Facebook and let you guys know. I'm going ahead to make this quick announcement now. I've already had 3 or 4 people already pre-order already, okay? So if you have not pre-ordered your book before my release, then you might want to hop on it, because once I let y'all know that the release has been set, I will give you guys information about the book release party. So for those that have pre-ordered their book, will get free access to the book release party. If you have not pre-ordered your book, you will have to pay $10. What does that $10 include? Food, drinks, meet and greet with me, question and answering with me, your book to be signed, pictures with me, all the works. There will be a DJ, a nice, well-known DJ from Power 98, as well as Kids 104.3. Don't quote me, because that might be the wrong radio station. But if it is not the wrong radio station, then you have it. So I'm not going to say the guest DJ name. I will let you guys know once closer to that time. My host with the mostest, Miss Celeste Mose, will be hosting my event. And also, if you guys purchase a ticket, then you guys will be able to come to one of her free airings of Monday Talk with Miss Media. So Miss Media will be hosting my show / event. So it's not technically a show, but it's an event. You guys will see me up close and personal. You get to ask all the daring questions from the book, because there were some things that you might thought I left out, and you might want to know. You want to ask some questions. Maybe the letter sparked your interest. You want to know more about that. You might want to know about my journey. Any questions that you have will be left on the table. No questions will not be left unanswered. So the date of the event is going to be August the 14th from 7 to 9. So if you have not pre-ordered your book, please pre-order your book, okay? I was putting my Cash App in the comments. Cash App me is $19. Pre-order your book. You have free access to the event. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm truly honored. It's been a long time coming. Alongside my book, episode 1 of Life Changes dropped yesterday.
I didn't see that. Let's see it.
It dropped yesterday, y'all. Life Changes dropped yesterday. Episode 1. We finished wrapping up the first season here this weekend. You will get to see me. I play Nico Nicole, first transgender woman of the series, playing Nico, and then I transition to Nicole. So you get to walk through my life on screen.
Yeah.
Who would have known? And I also play another character named Riri in Hopeless Romantic, and I also got another offer to play a character named Jade in Family Over Everything. So I have a lot going on,
for sure,
as well as my own series on Miss Media's show on the OWN channel. On channel. I don't know why I'm saying OWN. On.
You're just trying to manifest speaking in existence.
It's here. We just got to get here. Mm-hmm. We got to get to November. Mm-hmm. But Miss Media will have me on her show, and I will be doing a series every Saturday of the month of November talking about transgender is identity. And so, again, nothing is left unanswered. So we'll go deeper in depth on how I got here. What was my childhood like? What was the mental behind everything?
Mm-hmm.
And how certain people categorize certain things, and how we can be a better service to the community and be, open-minded and just being well educated on the topic, so to speak. So a lot of things has been opening doors for me, and I'm truly humbled, truly grateful for all of my supporters, my cousin, you, Sheila Goodwin, who was my editor and publisher under her Crucifix Productions with her husband. Thank you. Shout out to you guys. Just shout out to everybody that's been with me through this whole journey. I'm truly honored. Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
And, big ups to best friend. He's been doing his thing in his career world,
Honestly, it's been because I know I could have invested more time into other ventures, but I'm all about my career and what I want to do to make sure that I'm stable in anything before I venture into other areas. But so far, things are looking great. I am investing time into doing tarot readings. And for those who do know, I'm very empathetic with people. I feel energies. I can, and me being the kind of person that I am, normally people will see like I'm content, calm, cool, and collected. Whatever I'm happy, wanting to spread that positivity and whatnot. So sometimes my energy can kind of export itself onto others. So best friend could feel what's wrong with you, or somebody else if they haven't heard from me or whatever. Like I said, being empathetic, being an empath, it takes a toll. But I wanted to start studying tarot cards to kind of give people more of an insight on their possibilities. So I started with doing just what do you want me to know about today? You have to ask the card certain things. It's just not something that you just flip over and just do. You have to be in tune with self. You have to ask the right questions, and depending on what you want to know and how you take it, sometimes it's for you, sometimes it's not. It could be pertaining to somebody that you hold dear in your heart. So with this journey, I plan on doing that outside of this. So be on the lookout for that. I'm preparing. I'm studying and doing what I can. So, yes, sir.
That's right. I'm proud of you. That's right. Get it. So, what other tea you have with us today?
You remember Corey from That's So Raven?
Yes.
So, do you know what's going on with that whole situation where I think he was being sued because he was sending like pictures to a underage girl?
Oh, yeah.
In reality, because his mom made a video trying to clear the air, saying that the mother was somebody that Corey was in relations with at a very young age. I want to say like he was like 16 or something along those lines. Okay. And the woman that's trying to sue him, claiming that he was sending pictures to her daughter and whatnot, is still holding on to whatever it was in the past that they had going on, and it's just upset apparently, and it's just lashing out in a sense. But now there's an arrest warrant. There's a warrant out for his arrest because he missed his court date.
Sounds like typical black people.
It sounds like these Disney stars are just like
horrible.
I mean, it's always a story to them. You had Demi Lovato, and then you had Eddie from That's So Raven, and then
weird.
Then you had the girl from 3LW, what's her name, from Cheetah Girl. That whole Cheetah Girls drama was something else. And you used to be a Cheetah Girl fan.
I did.
Were you a Cheetah Girl fan? Really, you weren't?
No, I didn't really get into them.
I just care for Raven.
Now, of course, 3LW, but I really didn't get into them like that. To be honest with you, they were weird. I just like the movies.
No, but other than that, it was interesting. I ran across that. It was just like childhood came back real quick. I'm like, yo, everybody just needs to either grow up or find something else to do. Like, dang, it can't be that bad. You got money. When you say money can't buy happiness.
No, not at all. So did you want to head straight into the topic, or did you have any more juicy TV?
No, we can migrate on to the topic.
Alrighty. So our big topic today was, how do you handle childhood trauma and adulthood? First of all, let's start with, because this is a two piece thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any childhood trauma that you feel that was a childhood trauma?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
That I'm still working. I'm still, yeah, for sure.
Is there a way that you could explain it without actually explaining it, or using a scenario in a sense?
When people tell you that they're going to, I mean, I can make it very simple. When people tell you one thing, but you see their actions and by how they look or how they interact with people and whatnot, those red flags are like triggers for me, because it makes me feel like I'm going back into a place where I feel deceit or some type of disloyalty or some type of hurt or some type of pain, because it was hard to recover from that. And so when you see things that remind you of past events, if it's, child or whatever, it just kind of like, it bothers me, because you would think, damn, I thought I moved past it, but then it comes back like full circle. It's just like riding a bike. So can you deal with it? Like, how do you handle it?
How do you handle that now?
One, I practice by praying, because when you pray, you communicate, and you are speaking what you're feeling out loud without feeling like you're going to be judged or whatever. You're leaning on a faith that's beyond you, and sometimes it's good to just kind of like leave, because when you pray, you release. That's what I feel for me. And sometimes you just allow that what you're feeling, everything that you are praying for or praying about, just you're leaving it, you're putting it in a box and you're shipping it out. Okay, see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and that kind of helps with the dwelling on the hurt, or dwelling on the trauma. And another thing too, I surround myself around people who love me, genuinely love me, to where they can make me laugh. They can, I can talk to them about the situation, give me devil's advocate, and then move past it, because they're not accustomed to seeing me that way. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, I have to find my resources. I have to lean on other people, and that's hard for me. I don't like. I wouldn't say I don't like. It's just my default isn't leaning on people. My default is, there is no bunk beds in the casket, bitch. You gonna be out. Once you out in this world, you by yourself. Right. And I don't want to hold on to the fact that I'm so independent. So that's why when I deal with things, I do what I can to be vulnerable to my friends now, versus what I used to do back then, and that was just to kind of keep myself distant, like lone wolf.
Makes sense. If I had to pick a particular childhood trauma, besides being picked on, the whole trying to figure out if I was gay at that time or if I wanted to be a girl, just the impact of that was a huge childhood trauma for me. Mm-hmm. Not really having my dad in my life was another huge childhood trauma. That made me very resentful as an adult. Like, I don't like people to make promises. Don't make no promises to me. because I know you can't. I don't feel as though you can, live up to those promises. Mm-hmm. And now there's certain people that do make promises that I know for a fact that can come through. Like you, if you make promises, I know you can come through. Mm-hmm. The ones that I really don't have the faith for, even like dating, like don't make a promise to me because it triggers. Like I think about my dad, or I think about basically my dad. My dad was the only one that would make promises back in the day and never fell through with them. So it's still one of those things that it's hard to let go of that type of trauma. You try to forgive. You say you forgive. I forgive them. But it's still that thought. Like, you say you're going to do it, but I know you're not. So I'm not going to get my hopes up for it. Mm-hmm. And I try not to set high expectations for people. And that's another thing that kind of fucked me up. Was another trauma, was setting an unrealistic expectation for people. Mm-hmm. And just knowing like, it is what it is. You got to see it for face value.
Yeah.
And go from there. So besides the picking, which took a long time for me to finally be okay with what happened. It's a whole mental thing, honestly. Yeah. Getting over trauma is literally a whole mental thing within itself, to be truthfully honest. And you just have to be strong and able to, overcome that. And so if you don't overcome it, just gotta surround yourself with good people, good friends, and just hope for the best.
I think the way I am with like my partner, my friends, my family, like I've literally been when expose myself now. When my mom got married to her first husband, to sum that marriage up, they were aware, they were okay with living. They were okay with saying, "Oh well, this is my grandson." Speaking in terms of my grandmother at the time, I'm happy to have him. In actuality, not didn't care nothing about me. Stepdad didn't care anything about me. Literally, they would walk and act like they did nothing wrong. They doing things behind the scene and did not care. And me and my mom are left oblivious to the fact that, the whole family, like, y'all knew everything that was going on, like this, and they're okay with it. I can't understand how people are willing to pull your strings like that. And I don't want for my strings to be pulled, knowing the type of person that I am. I give way too much to people for you to try to manipulate my feelings or whatever the fuck. So that it's the manipulation as a child that kind of like that still bothers me.
It's a long, crazy world that we go through, honey. Mm-hmm. But like I said, you definitely read minds in my book. I'm super, super excited.
Like it gives people an idea of who you are, what you've been through, and everything else. Because, like you said, you don't deal with people, and it's not like you were wanting to, talk to people, expose all of your thoughts and how you feel, back then. So now you have the platform.
Yeah.
So you built that platform from nothing to nothing, to something.
Yeah. It's gonna be a crazy journey. I just want to go ahead and put this out there. I just pray to God ain't nobody gonna be in their feelings. But I mean, it was my reality, and that's what I want people to take from this. That it wasn't. If you feel like it was a dig to you or to whoever is in the book, it's not. It was just how everything from my point of view was taken. how I saw it in my eyes. So, what I would love for people to take from this book is honestly a brief timeline. Hopefully this make someone courageous to be able to speak their truth on how they truly feel and who they are authentically, because you just never know who is lurking in the shadows, crying, begging for someone to set them free, or begging for something to set them free, and don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I again had to learn how to back then be gay on my own. I had to learn how to be trans, even though there was resources. I still had to, resources now, because when I was wanting to transition at 16, there wasn't much resource. Hell, my damn doctor was shocked as fuck trying to talk about, well, baby, we're gonna work through this together. There wasn't really much there. So, having to do everything again on my own was a big, big step for me. But I am willing and openly able to allow anyone that needs help to come to my space and to get any advice on how to do it. Because I'm letting you know now, being trans is easy. All right. I'm just letting you know there's no cakewalk. This ain't no walk in the park. You're going to go through your emotions. You're going to go through all of that. And you have to also understand that family goes through this too. That's another thing that you have to honestly mentally prepare yourself for. Because not only are you changing for yourself, you're changing with everybody around you. Right. This is like them seeing one person gone, and in the snap of a finger, there's somebody totally different that they don't know nothing about. They don't know who this man, who this woman, who this non-binary is, who this genderqueer is. They don't know none of it. They don't know who. We don't know. So you will hear all of that from me at the event. So I'm not going to talk about too much about how my family feels about it. You will catch all of that there. I give a brief introduction. I will mix and mingle. You guys enjoy the House of the Elders.
Shut
And
the House of the Finger Food.
The House of the Finger Food. And, whenever you feel as though you guys are ready to do Q&A, we will do a Q&A session. And then to wrap everything up, I will do an outfit change. So I'm going to come in with one outfit, and I'm going to end the night in a whole new outfit, honey. You're going to see me poised, and then you're going to see me posed. Child, pulling a whole candy moment on y'all at the end. So just be on the lookout. Like I said, August the 14th is going down, 7 to 9. You might push it to 10, just depends on, how set up and everything goes. And just have a good time. It's about celebrating me, my accomplishments, my goal of being a published author. That's when you have an author as a friend. Like, how does that feel? How does that feel to have an author as a friend? Did you used to have authors as friends?
We have mutual friends called authors.
Who?
Damn.
Dante, my bad boo. I forgot all about you, bitch. You done made a whole collection.
Yes.
Like 4 books.
Yes.
Well, now you have 2. Yeah, 2 authors. Hopefully, this book.
Now I get to see. Like I literally heard your journey. Read the rough draft of it. I've been a part of that process. So seeing it birth now, it's just like, and I'm a visionary person. Once you tell me something, it's just like, okay, well, I know you're gonna get it done. So now it's just kind of like, ooh, it happened like faster than what I thought.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure.
Oh, before we end, I am gonna put this good old tea in there. Whatever page y'all read, I like to say, I can't really say much, but there is a piece of the book that is no longer. I can't say what and who or where part of the page, but whatever you read, that piece is no longer. It was already done. I can't take it out. So it's no longer. Y'all probably going to have the question of it. And if my special guest is there, they already know about it. We already had this discussion. So I think I pretty much said it.
Oh my God.
Pretty much. But y'all read it. I can't tell y'all who I see, but I have to shout out my mom. My mom about made me cry today. And y'all know I'm super emotional now. But just to hear that my mom is proud of me and to call me by the right pronouns really touched me. It really touched me because I know how my mom is and I love my mom dearly. And it's a tough pull with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a tough cookie right there. Mm-hmm. And every mom is like that. But you know, like I said, you'll hear about my family and I love them so dearly. We all go through, you know, stuff. We're normal. You know, every family goes through their things. Siblings go through their things. But you will hear me talk, you know, very, very highly of my mom. So I love you. I see you watching on my phone. I can't see it on here because we're on the computer. Mm-hmm. But I see you, Ma. I see you watching. And I appreciate you so much for just being proud of who I am and living in my truth. Mm-hmm. And that you love me unconditionally. And that you're there. You know, shout out to my dad, too. Because I just talked to him today. Shout out to my dad and my mom, you know, for just being a support for me. Because that really means a lot. That I have two of the craziest, loving people in my life that is right there beside my best friend.
I'm always here.
Yeah, you ain't fucking going away. But we're happy that we were able to do this live. Weird that not too many people comment because usually I always have a lot of shit to say. So I'm very shocked. But like I said,
it's the middle of the week.
Not
middle. Well,
it's a Thursday.
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday. It's about the end of the week, and it's 7:00, and people should have been at home by now. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna let y'all slide until next time. So we're gonna see how this plays out again when we have our next podcast because I know we've been away for a while. Mm-hmm. So you guys probably momentum ain't back like it used to be, and that's okay. We get it.
Best friend did good though. What the numbers was looking like today because you know she liked to turn up.
I do like to turn up. That's why I said I'm letting y'all slide. Mm-hmm. I'm letting you guys slide because we've been from 4 to 1 for 58 minutes, and we did not touch double digits. That shit is mind-boggling to me because usually we be at double digits in the first 5 minutes. We usually in double digits in the first 5 minutes. So I'm kind of shocked that we didn't even get past 5. But
I already know your post is coming.
You know, I'm not even going to fight for it.
No.
I'm not because you know we've been busy.
Yeah.
So you know that's our fault. You know we was consistent. Probably would have had the numbers probably, but we ain't been consistent. So I understand. But y'all gotta understand. Like when you trying to house a podcast, you know I'm trying to get us to house a podcast on our own studio. You know, I don't have to use my best friend's house all the time. I want it to be a centralized location where we have our own. You know, we can come to and do it. You know, once I get my house in order, we'll have it. You know, we'll have the desk and the microphones and everything set up. Hopefully a green screen. All of the accessories that we really, really need. But it takes time, y'all. But I do appreciate those that have been supportive thus far in our inconsistency. So we apologize about that. So
I ain't apologizing about nothing. I'm living my life just like y'all. Shoot, what you talking about? Keeping it real? 100. No cap. What you talking about?
You heard from him. You heard from the hostess with the most friends. I'm going to apologize. I know I've been inconsistent, child. I know I have. So I'm going to apologize for me.
I ain't apologizing.
And me for me.
We would do better with the with being more prompt with the podcast. But I ain't apologizing.
You just did it.
No, I ain't apologizing.
So what did you do?
I just told them that we would be more consistent. That's it. But I'm not apologizing.
I know that's right. Mama said that's right. Keep it real.
Yeah.
Child, Mama, don't boost his head.
Yeah, shoot. I mean, I'm complete now. If I'm apologizing, that means that I was not aware that we weren't being consistent. I'm aware. So therefore, I don't have a reason to apologize because I knew what I was doing. However, because we have fans, there's no need to apologize for it, more or less.
We're going to show you. We just going to show you more than we can tell you. Mm-hmm. So that's it. That's it. We did our topic. about how do you handle childhood traumas as an adult. Like I said, recap it. Strong backbone, strong mental health, strong supporters, just all of that, and just figuring out ways how to maneuver life. Because some childhood traumas, I can say, like, if you've been molested, that's one of those hard pills to try to overcome. Molestation or being raped is one of those mind-boggling things that could take a whole lifetime to heal from. So, I personally can say, oh yeah, you have to have a mental backbone for that. You gotta, have a strong support system. That's easy to get over it because it's not. Like I said, I personally been raped. Not too many people know about that except one person. One person knew I was raped, and I called her after it happened. Did I press charges? No, because I felt like it was, my doing. Did someone make a pass at me as a young adult? Yes. Did I let, the person that was in the vicinity know? Yes. Could they react totally different? Yes. Why? Because the same person that tried to make a pass at me was the same person that molested them. So, it brought back triggers for them. And so it's the whole big thing with that is a whole nother pill to swallow. And so all I can just say is pray. Just pray, meditate, zen, do something that can cleanse and heal your soul personally, and then work those steps and boundaries.
Just don't go
on the deep end, because honey, I've been there. I've been on the deep end.
Definitely go down the destructive path
where I wanted to crash my car off the road and run into a brick wall or run it off a bridge. I've been there. It's not fun. Panic attacks is not fun at all. It's not. So just keep your head up. It will be okay. But until next time, because we like to stay on computers.
It's on this last break.
It's on this low battery. So we love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in of our segment of our good old talk show of Keeping It Real. That's right. So I'm Audrey.
It's Trez.
And we are out. Keeping it real. Gang, gang, gang.